cutting through the noise. If you're a Black woman entrepreneur nearing your 5th year of business, you're part of the 3% who make it that far. That means you're already winning, even if it doesn't feel like it. I'm Linette Cottrell, and this is the Empower Her Business Podcast, previously known as the Women of Color in Business Podcast. I know what you're carrying because I've seen brilliant Black women founders quietly wrestling with fear, money shame, and the pressure to get it all right. Well, here we dig into what's stopping us at the root, the mindset, the funding walls, the biases, and self-doubt. We bring you stories, systems, and strategies you won't hear anywhere else. If you're ready to drop the shame and build like a CEO, you're in the right place for the right support. Let's jump into another great episode. Well, hello, audience. Again, this is Linette with the Women of Color in Business Podcast, and bringing to you today another beautiful and brilliant Black woman to share with us her business journey. So we're going to begin by allowing her to introduce herself to everyone in her business.
All right. I am Nicole Murphy. I am the founder and CEO of Barter Black, which is a bartering platform for Black entrepreneurs to start, grow, and scale their business by exchanging goods and services with each other.
Wonderful, wonderful. I love that. I love that. So, Nicole, what you do is, I find it so fascinating and so wonderful. When I was doing my research on Black women entrepreneurs and our businesses, I discovered that we are, of course, the fastest growing sector of new businesses, but we also have a very high failure rate of making it to the first 5 years. Like 97% of our businesses don't make it.
Right.
So I love the creative process you have in your business design. And I'm very curious to know, how did you come up with this idea? I mean, because I remember hearing about bartering right back in grade school and history and bartering back then. And I'm like, that's such a innovative idea for today's, economics. So how did this come to you?
So I love telling this story because it's like a catch-22. Before Barter Black, I actually ran and operated a short-term property management company in the DMV area where we clean and manage Airbnb properties.
Okay.
And COVID happened. So when COVID happened, things shut down. Of course, people weren't traveling. So my business had to shut down. And in that process, I saw how I was struggling and how other Black entrepreneurs were struggling as well. And I'm just thinking to myself, why aren't we helping each other out? There's over 3 million Black owned businesses in the United States. Like you said, we can grow and, start a business quickly. But why isn't there anything out there that kind of shows us and tells us to actually work together? You have a skill, I have a skill. Let's bring those skills together to actually grow and scale our businesses. So that's how Barter Black happened. I was devastated that my business has shut down. And I just needed a way to, pivot and figure out how can we actually pool our resources together to actually, build sustainable businesses.
Right. Wonderful. And how long have you been in business with Barter Black?
As an entrepreneur or just Barter Black?
Well, both. I really want to know both. So as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, so I've actually been a full-time entrepreneur for 10 years, and it has not been easy. It's definitely been a struggle. And I started the idea of Barter Black in 2020. We didn't register and all of those things until 2021, and I spent that time building it. So we didn't actually launch until 2022.
Got it. Okay, wonderful. So tell us a little bit about your business journey. So you had a business prior to Barter Black. So in your previous business, How was it funded? Did you fund it with your own funds? Did you get a business loan, a grant, or how did that process work for your first business? And then how did it work for Barter Black?
That's a great question. No one's ever asked that question. So my first business, full transparency, 10 years ago when I said I've been a full-time entrepreneur, 10 years ago I was fired from my job. And I was like, I am not, because my supervisor and I did not get along at all. And I told myself I would never work for anybody ever again. And let me tell you something. I have wanted to go back on that so many times because it's hard out here.
It is.
So I tried so many things before I landed on the Airbnb management and the cleaning. So, and that was probably a 3-year time span before I actually landed on that business. And it was successful. But it was definitely bootstrapped. Like everything came from me. I didn't even think about grants back then. Like my mindset back then was totally different than building Barter Black. Because I literally built it on my own, my money, everything. And I think because of the type of business it was though, because I was cleaning the properties and then to the point where, I was able to hire a few contractors. Then, I've integrated management into our offerings and everything, but it was me doing it all. But then when Barter Black came about, I think because it required so much, it is a tech company. I was looking into business grants. Like we've won over 30,000 in grants, pitch competitions, and accelerators so far. I've had people, the community. So I told you, I thought of the idea in 2020.
Yes.
I registered it in 2021. Yeah. I didn't launch until 2022. Like a lot of times we just jump into things.
Yes.
So I didn't launch until 2022. And then 2024, I decided to pivot and switch the way we were doing it. And the community, when I decided to pivot, the community actually is how I was able to do it. I said, hey, I need help doing this. Who can help me? Who can do this, that? And people actually volunteered to help me, pivot and relaunch the Barter Black platform. So, from money to help to bootstrapping to everything, but no loans. I don't believe in that. No credit cards. So I definitely have tried to build as lean as possible.
Okay. So a lot of good information there. First, I love that you shared that it was like 3 years before you really got grounded in your prior business, right?
Yeah.
So the entrepreneur journey is a journey, right? It's not a straight line from point A to point Z. It's a journey. You're going to be curving, going up and down and circling back around. So I love that you shared that in your steps with Barter Black, how it started one way, then you decided, okay, I need some help.
Yeah.
And your community was there to support you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So describe to us your platform, how it was and what has changed about it today.
Yeah. So the first iteration of the Barter Black platform, how we built it was the traditional bartering way. You and I come together, we barter at the same time for the same value, and we just exchange products or services.
Okay.
It worked, but it didn't work as well as I needed it to work. It was very slow.
Okay.
Because you may be able to help me, but you may not want what I have. So that created a barrier for people to actually barter on the platform.
Gotcha.
So what we did was when I called out the troops and said, look, we need to rebuild this. We integrated barter bucks into our platform. Those are the trade credits that live on our platform. And how it works is like a normal freelancer platform where you can list your products or services for sale, but you're selling them for barter bucks. And then when you earn those barter bucks from whatever you sell, you can use those anywhere in the network with anyone who's on the platform. So let's say you post a coaching session, an hour coaching session, and someone purchases that from you. Or let's just say 100 barter bucks. Once you finish that coaching session, the 100 barter bucks goes into your account, and then you can spend that 100 barter bucks on graphic design if that's what you want. And then the graphic designer could spend that 100 barter bucks on I don't know, some accounting or something like that.
Right.
So it creates an ecosystem.
Yes, I love that. So whatever the business needs, and I'm just getting light bulbs here, because I'm thinking as solopreneurs, we are wearing all the hats, right? Yeah. And if we want to stop wearing the hats, we have to either, one, build a business income that would allow us to pay for a professional to do the services that we're trying to do, that we're not a professional in.
Right.
Like you mentioned, being able to do the digital work, doing the graphic work, doing the social media posting, whatever you need done as a solopreneur, you have to figure out how to do it yourself. So that's a slow road, learning all that new stuff. Stuff you might not even like doing. Now you have to do it. So the results you get are going to be totally different.
Right.
If you utilize a professional. So now you're saying that a solopreneur can come to the table with a great skill, with a great service or a great product, and say, okay, I don't have any money, but in this economic community you've created, I can provide my service or offer someone the benefit of my product. And once I have collected the bucks for doing that, then I can go over here, instead of having to come up with the cash dollars,
right,
pay for a professional to do digital work for me. I can find someone in the community and pay them with the bucks and get that done. So I can start slowly taking off some of these hats that I've had to wear, just by providing my service. And that does, I can think about multiple things it does. It gives me validation for the value of what I'm doing while I'm looking for clients. Now I can just wholeheartedly service someone in that community. The better I service them or provide to them a great product, the better the reviews are going to be for me. So more people are going to feel more comfortable using me. So I get to do what I love to do, get paid in some barter bucks, and then I get to utilize professionals to do the things that I really don't like doing anyway, right? It's too much for me anyway. So this is a place that I can come to provide my services, or offer my product, and also get in return what I need to grow my business. So it's a win-win for everyone.
Win-win.
Yeah, I love that.
As long as you believe in communities where there's mutual support. And sometimes funding is not there. Sometimes the budget doesn't budget. So it's all us working together. And I always say, because it is really an ecosystem, I want people to look at it as the new Black Wall Street. Like, we are building our community together where we're able to scale these businesses. Like you said, take off those hats, because people don't build $1 million businesses just as solopreneurs. You have to hire a team, and you have to let go of some things.
Yes. And some things we are happy to let go of. Some things we think we know more than we really do know about, right? But I love this. I really love this entire ideal that we can, first of all, we can come to your platform and find these professionals, find these service and product providers for what we need in one place. And then we can utilize them with your barter system.
Yep.
Right? So we can help each other build our businesses.
Yeah.
And what better way to really get to know how someone would perform a service for you, right? Because we're out here trying to build websites, so we're not website builders, right? We have a service or a product, but we're not that person. We're not the social media person. Yeah. So it's taken from us doing what we love to do.
Exactly.
And when we opened, I talked about the 97% of our businesses that don't make it to 5 years or beyond. And this problem is part of the reason, because we're trying to do it all, right? We left a job where we had a specific thing to do. We are now owning a business. We're the owner and we're all the employees at the same time. So we have to do 10 different positions, right? Where a business has a marketing department, it has an accounting department, it has all the other different departments. Now we are it, and we're looking for help. So this is a great solution for, and we're the least supported, the least funded. So we're bootstrapped when it comes to money. This is a solution. Get quality services, quality products. Push your business forward and grow and scale your business without having to find funding elsewhere. Utilize what you already want to provide and get results.
I always say, you always hear people say, let's connect or let's collaborate. Nothing says that more than a business that wants to barter with you.
Yes, definitely.
Nothing says that more.
Definitely. And then the cream on top is that we're helping other Black businesses, right? We're helping each other move forward in our own businesses. So we're getting to know about each other's businesses. And I see why you say it's like Black Wall Street, because it really is. We are patronizing each other.
By helping us grow.
Exactly. By helping us grow, helping you scale, helping you stay in business to 4 years and beyond, because now you have experts doing the stuff that you were trying to do as a novice, right? And we're circulating those barter dollars within the community.
With each other.
Because that's another big thing. The how long does a dollar stay within our community?
Good old 6 hours.
Seconds or minutes. Not too long.
A good old 6 hours. And we got to change that. We got to change that.
We do. And I see this platform being a big part of that solution. So I love that. I even love the way you spoke about how you transformed it from being I have to barter directly with one person and they have to barter back with me to I can pick what I really need. Right. That really puts it up and it helps me see so many more solutions for what I need done.
Absolutely. I think that when you hear people talk about their bad experiences with bartering, it's because they didn't barter for something they actually needed. They were just doing it to help the person. But they didn't really need what that other person had. So I think that contributes to the not so good experiences. But with this, you can barter with someone. It's one exchange. One person gets a product or service. The other gets barter bucks. And then you can go on about your business and use your barter bucks anywhere else within the network.
Wonderful. I love that. I love that. So what would you say has been your, you spoke earlier about when you said you were not going to go back to a job ever again once you got fired. That sometime since then you've been thinking about going back. So what do you do on those times? Because I'm a very huge advocate of showing to Black women entrepreneurs what real entrepreneurship looks like and feels like, right? It's not the highlight reels we see on social media that make you feel like you're losing and everyone else is having a great time. That's not the reality. So I love that you shared that there are times when you feel like, okay, what am I doing here? So tell us a little bit about those times when you feel that way. How does that appear in your journey and what do you do about it?
I mean, you just have to, I think you have to decide what's right for you. I don't like when people are embarrassed at the fact that they have to go back and get this job. No one who is on your social media, who is on your email list, is paying those bills. But you. The collectors, they're not calling anyone but you. So you have to decide whether you can afford to continue to be a full-time entrepreneur, if that's what you are, or if you need to go back to that job. And if you do have a job and you're working in a business, I suggest you wait until you're making, I don't know, 3 times your salary before you quit that job. I do not believe in making people feel like entrepreneurship is something to be glorified, because it's not. You actually become an entrepreneur and you're working more than you were working at your job. So it's you have to have that conversation with you and God. Like, what do I do here? And I've had that conversation plenty of times. I've cried plenty of times. I've sacrificed. I've lost. Like, it's been a complete journey, up and down, up and down. And what I try to do as much as possible, things can get a little personal, but I try to give people the view from my point that some things are going good, but these are the things that are not going good. These are the things that I had trouble with this week, So I think it's important for each one of us to start sharing our experiences, whether good or bad, because you never know who is viewing, who is listening, and it may do something for them in their journey. I think we do ourselves a disservice making it seem like it's the best thing in the world, because you ask me anytime, I'm going to tell you, I cry all the time. It's not something that I can say, oh, I did this and it was, great. I can say that actually in my previous business, the Airbnb management, that was great until I got to a point where I needed to hire. And I'm like, oh my goodness. But building something that I feel like is going to be around for generations. I'm putting in those processes and those systems to make sure that this business can operate without me. I have to go a little harder. I have to be locked in to the point where I can't say, this is my baby. And I don't trust anybody with it. We get that all the time.
That part.
So, because I'm looking at millionaires and billionaires and I'm like, I know they didn't do all this by themselves.
Come on.
I know they had to trust somebody.
Yes.
And I can't remember who I heard say this, but she said, hire slow, fire fast. So I'm a hire, but I'm a fire you too. You can ask my best friend. I had to fire her from my previous from my previous business. I do not play. And you have to be serious about what you want to do. There are sometimes you just have to wake up really early to work on your business and then go to work, or stay up really late. So you have to decide for you whether I keep going, whether I pivot, because that's another thing. People don't know when to necessarily pivot, because what you're doing may not be working because you haven't asked your customers what's working, what's not working, or you haven't introduced a new service. Like, there could be all different types of things, but it's not easy. And anyone who tells you that it's easy or you can make 10,000 in a day, like, stay away from those people and lock in on what you really have to do.
Great point. So you talked about, one, not feeling like a failure if you have to go back to a job to cover your living expenses while you build your business. Very important not to feel shame because you're doing that, right? Don't feel like a failure because you're doing that, because your journey is your journey, right? You're going to grow at the rate you need to grow at, learn at the rate you need to learn at, and do it in the style that fits you.
Yeah.
You also spoke about building a business that can be scaled, that doesn't need you to have your hands in it every day to succeed.
Yeah.
That's when you know you have a real business.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you really have a job. You have created for yourself a job. And there's nothing wrong with that, but just understand what you have with a job. If you're not working that job, you're not making money.
Yeah.
So if you're building a business and you're saying, I want a different lifestyle, I want to take vacations, I want to go do this, I want to go do that, then you're saying you want to build a business that you don't have to be present in all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have to let go of that tightrope and hire people, right? And put people in positions to take over things. And like you spoke about, putting systems in place, that is really key.
Yeah.
You can't do things haphazardly, because no one can repeat haphazard. You can't train on haphazard. You have to have systems so you can bring someone and say, okay, this is a 5-step process. This is how we do this. This is how we onboard someone. This is how we follow up. It can't be to your whim that you're doing these things, whenever, however. You have to put systems in place. And then you spoke about that it's not an easy process. Entrepreneurship is much harder than a job, right? Because with the job, you have a lot of the structure already there. The time you start, the time you end, the things that need to be completed, the deadlines, all that is set up for you. In your business, you have to be all those departments setting this stuff up for yourself. So it is a much more demanding process. And that's just the realness of it. It's a lot more demanding. So you have to have your mindset right for that demanding process, right? It's not going to be all sunshine and flowers. There are going to be days you're going to cry. There are going to be days when you're going to be like, oh, I just feel like quitting, right? even outside of, oh, I need to get a job to cover my expenses while I build this. There are going to be days you still feel like, okay, why did I even start doing this? So you need to have your why in place, right? So a lot of good information you shared with us there. So between your two businesses, what would you say you had learned from your first business by the time you started Barter Black?
I would say, I'm going to say trust. I'm going to say trust because, and this is why, and it's very interesting when I tell people this. We were cleaning Airbnb properties. There were clients that I never even met, and I had access to their homes. Just imagine that. They're like, I don't want to do it. I need the person who is the expert that can do it. I trust you. I see reviews, I've probably, most were referred to me.
Right.
They gave me access to their homes without ever even meeting me. And then sometimes I would be there and maybe they would come and it's like, hi. It's like mind blowing still to me that I had access to people's homes that I had never even met. So coming into Barter Black, I think that I kind of built that trust, or I learned that trust factor. I have to believe that people say they can do what they can do until they show me they cannot do what they can do. Like I told you, I will fire fast.
Gotcha.
But I think that that's one of the main things. And I think partnerships too. Because I did have clients who would say, I think this is a good idea. Let's do this. Like we built those relationships so much that they were willing to, partner with me on other things. And it just showed how further your business can get with partnerships. So I think that those two would be my main, what I took from the first one that I kind of brought into the second one.
Got you. You also mentioned earlier about the concept or the fact that when you see millionaires, multimillionaires, billionaires in their businesses, there's no way they built that company alone, right? So as a solopreneur, a lot of times we get caught up in thinking because, again, on social media, all we see is that face of that person, we're thinking that one person is doing everything in their business and it's going just fine, right? We don't know how many people are behind the scenes helping that person. But if we look at any big business, we can see obviously, right? There are departments, there are people. We know we worked within a business, right? As an employee, we know how many people we had to work with to get things done. So I think it's very important that we bring that same concept when we're building our business to realize, okay, there's so far that I can take this business by myself with my one brain and my two hands in ChatGPT. There's just so much we gonna do together. And for the rest of it, I'm going to have to tap into a community. I'm going to have to find some professionals. I may have to invest in a business coach, but I need to realize that there's only so far I can go with just me. That if I want to go bigger, if I want to really build legacy, I'm going to have to let other people in and plan for that. Be ready to plan for, okay, who am I going to add first? What position should I add first? Who should I hire first? And how much money do I need to make to afford to pay for that position? Or who can I connect with on the Barter Black community to get some dollars, some barter dollars, right? To bring that person on to do this specific thing for me.
Yeah.
I think that's something we run into a lot too.
Yeah, I would say the first thing I thought of when I felt where you were going is anyone you see on social media who is making this seem like the best thing in the world, stay away from. Do not. Because their goal, and it's so interesting because, you'll see courses and everything that say, I made $5,000 in a day. I can show you, just join my course.
Yeah.
They're making that $5,000 by you joining their course.
Yeah.
They're not making it any other way. And I included this on my Juneteenth message, that we really are doing each other a disservice by starting businesses that want to teach each other how to do everything in our business.
Yes. Say that again. You need to rewind that, because that hit me, because I have been thinking that so much recently, like, I don't want to be trained to do all that stuff. So stop telling me how you can train me to do all that stuff.
No.
Give me a different message. Show me who I can get to do that. So I need you to rewind and say that again. Say it a little slower this time, Nicole. Hey sis, if you're loving this conversation, take a quick second to pause and share this episode with another woman in business who needs to hear it. Be sure that you subscribe and you follow also. Here's the truth. Out of every 100 businesses we start as Black women, only 3, you heard it right, only 3 make it to see 5 years and beyond. And I need your help to join this movement to make an impact on that, so that we raise that 3% to match the 50-50 chance that other businesses have of succeeding and making it to 5 years. Will you help me out? Share, like, leave a comment. All those things help more Black women entrepreneurs find the podcast. And that's why I created it. Because when I heard that 97% of us never last to see 5 years, it struck me to my heart. And I wanted to give more support. But I can only do it with you beside me. So join the movement, share, comment, and follow. I appreciate you. Let's jump back into this fabulous episode.
Yeah, we are definitely doing each other a disservice. We're doing each other a disservice. It's all of us, because we are starting businesses that teach each other how to do the thing that they should be hiring for.
Yes.
Like you said earlier, they should be focused on their zone of genius, what they started their business for. They should not be doing the accounting, the graphics, all that, unless you're a graphic designer. Yes, maybe. If you're an accountant, yes. But if you are not those things, you should be hiring the experts, the marketing. Someone else should be doing that. And I can only say that because I have a solution for you. If you say, because the first thing people are going to say is,
well, what do I do?
I don't have the money to hire.
Yes.
You need to hire. It's cheaper for me to learn. But is it really cheaper for you to learn? Because you're spending time that you could be spending on your business trying to learn the things you should not be learning.
Yes.
So, and then another thing I had in that letter, because I wrote a Juneteenth letter to the people and our subscribers, and I wanted to shake them up. Like, what are we doing here? If you look at a business owner and you say to yourself, if this person had to leave this business for whatever reason, will it fall apart? In your opinion, will it be the business that it needs to be, or will it fall apart? That's not who you should be working with. You should be working with people who have a huge team, because that's what you aspire to do. You aspire to have a huge team. You don't want to be looking at signing up for courses, following people who their business depends on them. And if they cannot be there next week, there won't be no social media. There won't be any courses. There won't be anything. That is not who you should be looking at when you're trying to build your business.
Come on. We are in this for the freedom, people. And you doing everything is not freedom. That's not freedom. You built your business. You started a business so that you could be free from something, right? And be free to experience something. But you doing everything is not your freedom. So, I need to learn this about bookkeeping. I need to learn that about marketing. I need to learn how to take this course about this. And that's how we create burnout. That's how we don't make it to 5 years, because we think that is the journey of an entrepreneur, doing everything forever, and we get burnt out and frustrated, and we're like, okay, I don't want to do this, right? And you should not, because that's not the way to do it. So we're going to give you some relief today, and we're going to give you permission to not want to learn all that stuff. Your goal is to start your business, and while you're building your business, you're going to decide, okay, this is my core genius. And you may have one or two core geniuses, right? Because we can be multi-talented, but you're also, don't try to use all your talents in your business. Pick something, grow that one thing. Then you go do the other stuff you can do, but pick something, pick one thing that you are really good in, and let that be your focus. Do all the other stuff because you have to until you start making the money. But always let it be your plan to have professionals who do this because they love it. They do this because they have years of experience. They do it because they know it like the back of their hands. That's who you want doing all that marketing stuff and all the other stuff that you really don't enjoy anyway. Don't take all the courses with the mindset that I need to learn all this for myself. That's not the way to build a sustainable business.
Not at
all. It's a business that can last without you being there with your hand in it. So, please get that release. Please stop signing up.
For sure.
Yeah, please.
This is your sign. This
yes, this right here, right?
Say,
Barter Black. And if you're saying, well, I don't have money to hire people for that stuff, so I need to learn it. I need to go on the internet and research this stuff and figure out how to do it. Go to Barter Black. We have a solution for you. Go to Barter Black. Right? Wonderful, wonderful stuff. We are here, guys, to help you stay in business. One of the things I'm adamant about is, Nicole, is I teach about radical self-love for Black women entrepreneurs, because we are so used to just doing it all for everybody and everything and not taking care of ourselves. We are so used to working just super hard, right, all the time, feeling guilty if we rest, like, oh, there's so much I could be doing right now, that even when we're resting, we're still thinking, so we're not really resting, right? Our poor body, minds, and hearts need that rest. So I really want us to realize that our ancestors, what they endured so that we could be here, was not so we could be working the same way.
Mm-hmm.
They desire for us to create better systems that really allow us to have that freedom. We can still be that entrepreneur and build freedom within our design of our business. So
yeah, and I think that comes with you operating as a solopreneur. You, especially if you are an entrepreneur, you are doing all the things, and you feel like you got to catch it all. Yeah. And there's no time for rest. Right. Because if I don't do this, then this is not going to get done, and then that doesn't get done. So that's why businesses are not meant to be built alone. They're meant to be built as a team. And like you said, if you look at your favorite business, they have so many departments and people under those departments, and we know you may not be there just yet, but even one hire is going to do so much for your life. And I was telling someone the other day, my operations manager, I've been in the training phase for about 3 months, because a lot of times we say, if I get it done, it'll be done faster, right?
Right.
If I just do
it. Yes, if I do it myself.
Instead of telling her or him, how to do it. But you have to give yourself grace. And this is if you are hiring, because I feel like a lot of times I see people hire, they didn't have the system, the SOPs or anything, and then they get mad when the hire didn't do things the way they wanted it done. But you didn't set them up for that. Right. But for about 3 months now, things have been getting done as fast as she can get them done, because I need her in a place where it's repetitive and it's just moving. And I'm shocked that sometimes I'm doing the day and things are done and I'm like, oh, I didn't even do that. And
that feels good, doesn't it?
It feels amazing. Yes. Like, just hire your first person and you are going to see how amazing it feels that you don't have your hand in everything in your business, and every dollar does not depend on you. That's what you want to get out of. Right. So it's amazing, but you have to commit to the training phase. You have to commit, and this is the stuff that is not so fun to do. I mean, right. It's not.
You don't see a post about this on social media with somebody smiling. They're not going to show you them training someone, right? That's not the highlight reel, but that's part of real business.
Yeah, it's not. So I record things, and I try to do at least one thing a week. And one good week, I did 3 a week. Ooh. And everything is uploaded in Google with the video and with the instructions. And it just makes things so much. It just takes it off of my shoulders.
Yes, that
I'm just... because even if for some reason she can't do it and I had someone else do it, they would be able to go into the system and see exactly how to do it, and it just relieves you of that stress and gives you that space to think and breathe and all of those things. But as a solopreneur, you probably can't breathe.
You can. You breathing very shallow. You catching your breath very shallow.
It's hard.
But yes, we need y'all to relax and exhale. Exhale. A couple of things you said there about setting up system and processes, setting up SOPs. So as entrepreneurs, as an entrepreneur, sisters, you have to get organized in how you do things, right? You can't build a business and do things sporadically. You should be doing processes now, even as the only person there. If you just started last week, you should be doing processes now that you're writing down the steps of. This is how I do this. This is how I do that. For every procedure you do, you should have steps written down for it. That way, you have a system and you're not just doing stuff sporadically. And just like Nicole said, when you're training someone, then you have documentation that that person can, you show them, right? Some people learn by seeing it done. Some people learn by hearing it. But then they also have it written where they can go over it themselves later. Okay,
Mhm.
wait a minute. After step 3, it's said to do, okay, do this right here. And then when you follow the advice Miss Nicole told us, hire slow and fire fast. So if you have to fire them fast, then you still have the documentation there for the next person to be trained on, right? It's not like everything lost and you got to start from scratch.
Right.
You have your processes in place. I spent, Nicole, about 3 decades building accounting departments for entrepreneur companies. And when I came in, it was always the case that the person before me had left, they had been fired or they just left. And no one else in the company knew what accounting did. So I had to come in and kind of investigate, okay, where did they leave off? You know, what's been undone and what was their system? Because no one can tell me what their system was. So I ended up always writing policy and procedure manuals for the accounting department. Even though I was the only one there, I had a manual so that when I did hire people, this is how we do this. Now you can take over this part of the accounting, but this is how it's done. So that's what I want our entrepreneurs to think about. Even though you're the only person there, think about, okay, one day I'm going to have someone else doing this. This is how I want them to do it, right? And that way you can release it a lot easier. You can release it a lot easier.
I agree.
Great stuff. Great stuff. So what do you love most, Nicole, about being an entrepreneur?
Oh, I love it all.
Ah.
Like I don't know. I don't know if it's such thing as an entrepreneur geek. Like I am.
Yes.
Every day, everything is something about entrepreneurship. And it's so interesting because my friends say, you look at everything like it's a business. That's my mind. I'm like, okay,
Yes.
can we do this? And what can be done different? So I love my growth in it, but I also love helping. And I don't say or teach anything that I don't do or that I did not go through.
Come on. I love that part.
When I tell you to build those systems, I'm building them too. So I know it's not easy and it's boring. It's like I can just get it done really quick.
Yes.
I don't want to stop and slow down and try to figure it out, how to, set it up where someone else can understand. But I love to see the entrepreneurs love on their businesses. I love that, but I also want them to love it enough where they take care of it enough where it can operate without them.
Yes.
And I think I'm fighting a battle because most of the internet is saying, hey, come learn this, come learn this, come learn this. I'm saying, if you don't hire somebody to do this,
I'm with you.
I'm fighting a battle here.
Yes, I'm in the battle with you. I'm in the war with you. Yes, because I'm saying the same thing. If you better hire somebody, you better put yourself steps down. You have to build your business in a way and design it in a way that it gives you that freedom, right?
Yes.
That freedom. I think all the time when I think about this, I think about our ancestors. What would they want to see me doing, right? With all the sacrifices they made to stay alive so there could be a me one day. They don't want me working 24 hours a day. They don't want me depressed and stressed out and overwhelmed. They don't want my hair falling out, and they don't want me, getting ill and having diseases because I'm just doing so much. They want me to work smart and intelligently, to use the genius that I have in my brain and my DNA. They want me to think smarter and how can I make this more efficient, right? How can I make this cost less but give me more, right? That's what they want from me, to use the greatness that is within me. I think so much that the entrepreneur journey is such a spiritual journey. It's such a spiritual journey. It's not just about business and strictly business, because especially as solopreneurs, it's about you, the person.
Yeah.
You're bringing to the table when you start.
Yeah.
It's all 100% what you have. So, how does that part of entrepreneurship, how does it relate to you? The spiritualness of it and the spiritual challenges of it, right?
It's interesting you mentioned about you being well. So I literally just finished my second cohort this month. And the reason why I applied for this cohort was because they offered wellness sessions. This was the first cohort or accelerator program, whatever you call it.
Yes.
That was not focused. The work, it was a lot of work. Let me tell you that. But every other week, they provided group wellness sessions. And then at the end, each one of us were allowed to have one-on-one wellness session. And I never had a cohort that focused on me. And to be honest, I really don't focus on me. I'm a mom, focus on my kids. I focus on this business because this is our livelihood. I'm a good napper, so I take naps all the time. Good. So that's my wellness.
Yes, right, that's good. You get bonus points for that.
Yeah, I'm good for a nap.
Okay.
But it was the first program that actually was saying your business cannot be well or grow or scale or be what you wanted to be if you yourself is not well. And what I got out of those sessions, especially the one-on-one, is that I have to give myself grace because I put a lot of pressure on myself because I am building something that not a lot of people have seen. Not a lot of people understand, especially because I'm in the tech space. There aren't a lot of Black women in the tech space. So there's a lot of pressure, and I put that pressure on myself. So I learned that I can take that pressure off. But what I took from that is that Barter Black actually has a therapist on our platform.
Wonderful.
And someone actually purchased a session with her, and it was like the best review I have ever received for Barter Black.
All right.
And we were on a call. I do office hours once a week, and we were on a call, and the therapist was on the call. And I said, you know what? Are you willing to do like wellness sessions for the community? Because I'm in this cohort, they want us I want my members to be well as well. Like, I don't want you to be so focused on this business that you are neglecting yourself.
Yes.
So starting in August,
all right,
wellness sessions is called the Wellness Mirror.
All right.
So every member, can join the call, and she's gonna, handle those sessions and everything. It's once a month. But I want you to grow and scale, but I too also want you to be well. So, and I'll be in those sessions as well.
That's beautiful.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yes, I love that. I love it. We need that so badly. Building a business holistically, right? Where you should not be the sacrifice for your business success, right? I love to say we deserve to build businesses without sacrificing our joy or our health. Right? It's not wealth or joy and health. It's wealth in joy and health. So I love that. You got that on your platform. All right. Wonderful.
Yeah, and I think too, I think too, just being in these sessions, you realize that you're not the only one going through this.
Come on.
When you're building by yourself, or what you probably know, we talked about social media. I'm the only one going through this because everything on social media looks good. But when you get behind the scenes in a session like that, it was like, okay, we all have these issues. Like, we all have issues setting boundaries or giving ourselves grace or resting or just, thinking too much, like you said,
Right.
being able to turn it off and being able to get things to help us deal with those particular things. It was just really, really good. And I was like, I have to bring this in and incorporate this into Barter Black, because we just go through so much alone, and we don't tell each other what we're going through because of the shame of, and it's interesting because you'll have a conversation with someone and be like, I was going through the same thing. And you didn't even know.
Right.
But one person was bold enough to say something.
Yes. They were bold enough to get out of their comfort zone and say, okay, this is what I'm dealing with. And you're like, oh, me too. Wonderful, because entrepreneurship can feel like a very lonely process if you don't have community. If you don't have some way to connect with like-minded people, it can be extremely lonely. So I advise everyone to find a community to tap into. And I believe that every human being needs a therapist. Every human being should have a therapist, because there's no one that gets through this life without dealing with things that are traumatic, things they don't understand, and things that still capture their emotions today. So we need help figuring that stuff out and dealing with that stuff. So very, very important stuff. I love it. So Nicole, as we wrap up, is there anything that's on your mind that maybe we haven't covered and I didn't ask you about that you want to share with the community?
No, I think we covered a lot.
We did.
It's probably overdue, but no. I would say think about where you want your business to be and then operate as such. Don't operate small. Don't operate as a solopreneur. When you're talking to people, say we, even if there is no team. But think about where you want your business to be. And then if you are struggling with the procedures and automation and all those things, do one thing a week. It's okay to start, small in those types of things. It's going to take time in a process, and don't rush yourself. And please don't compare yourself to where other people are.
Amen.
Because like I said, I've been a full-time entrepreneur for 10 years. I love the post where people say make this much in such and such. I literally just made my first. It was a little bit more than 5,000, but my 5,000 month in May. First time. So don't let them think that it's going to happen in a week. Please do not. But you know what you have to do to grow and scale your business. And that's another thing. Sometimes you just have to cut out the noise with the courses, with the conferences, with everything. I did that last year. I just cut it out, because when you do, if you're like me, when you do go to places, you just get more ideas and it's more things on your list and you never get it done. So sometimes maybe it's a month that you just cut out the noise and you work on your business.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. And how can we get in touch with Barter Black? How can we connect with you and become a part of your community?
Yes. So you can go to Barter Black. That's BARTER Black BLACK .io. So barterblack.io. And you can also find us on social media at iBarterBlack.
Okay, wonderful, beautiful. So as we close out, Nicole, I love to ask my guests a couple of fun questions for our audience to get to know the person. So get to know the person, Nicole. So your first question is, if you could have a conversation with anyone from any time in history, who would you choose and why?
Oh no, that's not fair. That's not fair.
Yep.
Okay,
you gotta choose.
I'm gonna do recent.
Okay.
That's not fair. Oh Lord. I'm gonna say Oprah. I'm gonna say Oprah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Oprah.
And why Oprah?
The first person I was gonna say is he's a man, but I was like, let me go woman. I'm
Okay.
gonna say because she's a great businesswoman, and I feel like she created, even though we had the Oprah show, but she created after that and during that too spaces where she was making money and she was not there, like, you know what I mean? She didn't have to put her hands on everything to actually, so that's where I want to be. But
yes,
I'm set on focusing on Barter Black before I do anything else. And I want to build those different brands. Yeah, that I can just say, here, do this, make this happen. And the money starts rolling in.
There you go. There you go. I love it. I love it.
Like Oprah.
Yes, yes.
She bad.
Yes, she is. Someone definitely to aspire to.
Yes, it's the business mindset for me.
Yes, yes, exactly, right? The behind the scenes processes, right?
Yes.
Your next question, what is either your dream place to travel to or your favorite place to travel to?
I'm going to say my dream place would probably be Ghana.
Okay.
I have not been to the motherland before. But I have plenty of friends who are from Ghana, and I hear stories and everything. I just never had the time or the money to actually go. So that would be my dream.
Okay.
My dream vacation.
Wonderful. What was your favorite childhood game?
Oh my gosh. Anyone that we made up. It was 4 of us. And we stayed in trouble.
Oh.
We stayed in trouble. The one that comes to mind, we had a whole water balloon fight inside the house. Like it was a whole mess. So any game that we made up was my favorite.
Okay. Okay. And okay. The next question. What do you want to be remembered for, Nicole?
Oh, I love that question because I think about that probably every other day. I want to be remembered for creating a space where Black entrepreneurs did not have to worry about funding or their inability to hire. I want to make sure that no Black-owned business or business idea per se fails because of funding or their inability to hire. I want people to remember me through Barter Black. I want people, when I'm long and gone, Barter Black will be here to stay. And I want it to be known that Black entrepreneurs are growing and scaling. We are, hiring employees. Our businesses are living past us because I created a system where we could actually come together and help each other until we reach that point where we can hire. And I want to be known for being the person that helps us build that generational wealth that we really want to build or that we say we want to build. Because I don't want funding to be the reason why our business, we're talented. We have so many skills. It's not the lack of talent. It's the lack of funding. So I want to be known for that. I want to be that person that they say, well, bartering came back. And when they think of Barter Black, they think about Nicole Murphy.
Wonderful. That's beautiful. But thank you so much, Nicole. We appreciate you being with us today. I love all the transparency and the candidness you shared with us about the realness of the entrepreneur journey. And we just want to wish you the very best of success in Barter Black, your business and your future business endeavors, and wish you the very best of joy, health, and wealth.
Well, thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun. I felt like I was talking to a me, honestly. I was like, she understands everything I'm saying.
Yes.
So thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you. This episode is sponsored by EmpowerHER Bookkeeping and Advisory. Our boutique financial firm is for women who are tired of running a business that runs them. If your operations feel chaotic, your cash flow management drains you, your financial books feel like a dreaded task you avoid, we understand and are here to guide you into creating something different. We build soul-aligned infrastructure operations and financial systems that bring ease back into your business and calm back into your body. Through compassionate advisory, streamlined operations, and our signature money identity map, we help you move from overwhelm to clarity, from pressure to peace. If you're ready to breathe again as a CEO, your next step is simple. Visit EmpowerHerBookkeeping.com and book your free discovery session today. We have prepared a space where strategy meets soul, and you finally feel supported. Having spent the last 30 years building and managing successful systems for businesses, we understand your challenges and are ready to help you sleep better every night. You've been listening to the Empower Her Business Podcast. Before you close the app, let's be clear. Struggling with your business doesn't mean you're not capable. It means you've been doing too much alone. If this hit home, share it with another Black woman founder. Subscribe and visit our website for tools to support your success today. Let's stop hiding from our journey. It's time to lead boldly. We're in this together, sis. See you next time. As always, I wish you the very best of joy, health, and wealth. Be well.